Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News for January 20th, 2022. It's Thursday, guys, and we've got some interesting topics we can talk about. And the first thing that we might as well discuss is this. Heat 2! Are you excited for Heat 2? Guys, it's not the movie. We need to say that straight up. There is no Heat 2 movie coming down the pipes yet. But what's going on here? Why am I talking about Heat 2? Because I do like Michael Mann as a director, and I really, really love Heat. It's a masterpiece. It's Robert De Niro, Al Pacino facing off with each other. It's like bad guys and good guys, cops and robbers. It's just so well done. It's just a comprehensive piece. And now I guess Michael Mann has come out and said that he's penning a novel for Heat 2. We'll talk about that on the show today, and we'll also talk about some of these Batman posters that have come up. I did a short on this yesterday. We saw it on our live stream yesterday, these two posters. This one is my favorite. Let me know what you thought about some of these posters in the comments below. I feel like it's going to ramp up its marketing now, and we're going to get a lot more Batman stuff, a lot of TV spots that, well, I'm not going to react to all the TV spots because it's just going to flood your stream with a whole bunch of reaction videos. But here's the thing, guys. If you don't know how this show works, it's just me turning on the camera in the morning and looking at all the movie news headlines, searching for what's trending. And what happens is that if there is something out there that's worth trending, I'll create a video afterwards and post that as a small little snippet for you guys to get your movie news. And if you don't want it in little snippets, you can always join us live every day at noon. I try to go right at noon hour, sometimes 12:15, because some other life issues like going grocery shopping comes up. You know, these things happen. But with that being said, let's get into this Heat 2 story and figure out where this is coming from. Now I'm going to go onto my web browser, so bear with me, and let's hope my OBS doesn't let me down. Heat. Fans rejoice. Michael Mann and Meg Gardner novel Heat 2 has August 9th publishing date and will detail lives of characters before and after 1995 crime classic. Now, we saw the highlight of this yesterday, and I feel like I just want to go over it again because I don't think I went into too much detail about the whole concept of it, because I didn't know that there was a there was a video on it. Now, I guess I can't play the... It's just him reading stuff. So basically, you know the characters in Heat. The cop, played by Al Pacino, and the bad guy, the robber, played by Robert De Niro. It's like a before and after. Okay? So there's a prequel to seeing Macaulay, the bad guy, probably come out of prison and start putting together his crew, and then it will go to the aftermath after Macaulay is taken down by Vincent, Al Pacino's character. And that could be interesting because Al Pacino's character, Vincent, basically was at the end of his line in his family because his wife had cheated on him and they were going to get divorced, but his stepdaughter was going through some depression and an attempted... there's some words here I can't say, but if you know the movie, you know things are not the best for him in his family life. So when that comes around, I feel like, well then we got some interesting stuff to talk about in Heat 2. Now, could this ever be made into a movie? This is where it comes into movie news, and this is where I need to reiterate here, guys. The process is, okay, a story comes out, or a novel or something like this, and then it'll get optioned, it'll get picked up, and they call that optioning. And then if the studio feels like it could be made, then it gets made. But Michael Mann is at least giving his ideas of what he would have done with a sequel and sort of prequel, like The Godfather Part 2 almost, to Heat. And that makes me interested, because if this doesn't come out till later this year, then it won't be until next year, until the greenlight thing. Anything Al Pacino and Robert De Niro getting way too old, they would have to use some de-aging techniques or something like they did on The Irishman, which they could do, but I'd be more, well, obviously Robert De Niro wouldn't be playing the older version of himself, but Al Pacino would. So he would be able to get away with that. And if they made it more centralized on his story arc over, I don't know. It's curious. And I wanted to just share that with you guys today because I felt like that was worth talking about. Okay. Let's move on to some other news here. There's a trailer that dropped on Apple Plus. Apple, The Sky is Everywhere. Now, I don't have a poster for this, but this is a teen rom-com, it looks like. The synopsis, let me pull up the, no, I can't, because then you'll see, well, maybe you can see the synopsis. The synopsis briefly reads, tucked among the magical redwood trees of Northern California and surrounded by her grandmother's gargantuan roses, 17-year-old Lenny Walker and musical, oh my god, I can't read this, struggles with, 17-year-old Lenny Walker, a radiant musical prodigy, struggles with her overwhelming grief following the sudden loss of her older sister. Okay, so it's like a coming-of-age story. I don't want to read all of that because it may it may reveal a little too much there. Now, I'm not going to play the audio. I'm just going to take a look at some of the screenshots. I may not even look at the video because it's going to mess up my my stream bit rate, and it'll get me flagged. So we're just going to look at some of the screenshots here. Okay. But it also looks like it's going to be on Apple Plus, so you'll have to check that out. I just like to, hey, when a movie trailer drops, I just want to be able to take a look at it and say, okay, well, I'm at least aware of that. Because that's what we do here on this channel. We make ourselves aware of what's going on in the realm of movie news. If it's worth talking about. I thought it was a musical. Maybe I will play this part. So there are some musical numbers in this, it looks like. Maybe in dream sequences or something like that. And there's the Redwood Forest that they mentioned where she goes to live, right? On Apple Plus. All right. Enough of that. Let's continue on and talk about, let's just take a look on some websites now and see if there's anything trending, if there's anything worth talking about. And we'll start that with looking at Coming Soon. Let's see what Coming Soon has. New Wallace and Gromit film heads to Netflix in 2024. Well, why didn't I lead the story or the news with that? I mean, come on, that's groundbreaking. Wallace and Gromit. Come on, guys. You know, the animation, the claymation style is it's a lost art, and I know they're still trying to do it, but sometimes it just looks weird or it just doesn't work, like in the Isle of Dogs. Say what you will about that film. Okay. Yeah, a Wallace and Gromit film. I think that has potential. Maybe. Yes. No. I don't know. All right. Let's see what else is going on here. Challenges facing Moon Knight. Tim Roth talks Abomination's MCU return in Shang-Chi and She-Hulk. I thought the Abomination in Shang-Chi, they changed his design a little bit. He looked a little bit like a fish. I wasn't too big of a fan of that. No, I pulled out a story here. What was the story that I pulled out? I didn't pull out any story. Oh. My God. Okay. And I guess, okay, so basically the story here of Tim Roth talking about the Shang-Chi and She-Hulk, from what I got, the gist is that he said, honestly, it totally surprised me. Quote, in Shang-Chi, I went in to chat with Kevin Feige, and he said, I've got an idea, come in, really, really, really. Because the original thing that I did when I did that first Incredible Hulk movie was just for the kids. I did it just for my kids. Okay, so he was really only in that Incredible Hulk movie for his kids. But now that they want it back, he's maybe a little bit shocked. But he goes on to praise Tatiana Maslany here. for her abilities, and that's good. If you're getting praise from an actor like Tim Roth, that's really well done. And we know that Tatiana Maslany has the ability to push herself because of that TV show she was in. She played like multiple characters, so she was transforming herself in that, and maybe that's why she was picked for this. That's how lazy, or not lazy, but that's how the producers in these kinds of things work. They see something that reminds them of something else, and if they can see that you are capable of doing that, well, I guess that's like every other workplace that you're in, right? You get hired on to do some work. But I'm glad that at least he's happy with coming back as the Abomination, because see, you can see the little fish things. It wasn't there in the Hulk movie, and I realized maybe that's a little bit more true to his character. I feel like I don't know, that didn't really work for me. You guys will have to let me know what you thought about that in the comments below, because for me, it didn't work. All right, I'm going to move over a whole bunch of stuff here, and it may slow down the stream. Hopefully not. Maybe I should just go back to my open. And we're going to talk about some of the news stories today. We're taking a small little break here, but that's okay. Because I have to go back to here so that hopefully the stream, while it's rendering, you're not going to miss any important information. And it's skipping some frames, so we'll just give it a second for my computer to catch up with all the rendering and the encoding. Let's try a reset here. Okay, I think we are good to go, guys. Let's continue on with today's movie news. Whoops. All right. Shall we look at... let's look at what's trending in the Reddit verse. Do you guys follow Reddit movie news and discussion threads? There's certain ones out there like more niche, but this one is just a little bit more broad and basic that I like to look at just to see what's trending. What's trending? That's what we're always looking at. We're looking for what's trending in the realm of movie news. New Wallace and Gromit movie to premiere on Netflix and BBC in 2024. And it's trending up a lot. A lot of people on Reddit are liking that. So shall I do a small short about that? I don't think so. First image of Rocky, voiced by Zachary Levi, and Ginger, voiced by Thandaway Newton, in Chicken Run, Dawn of the Nugget. Oh my God, there's a new Chicken Run movie. God, guys, what's with all these claymation style movies coming out? That's kind of a weird omen. Maybe I shall do a video on this. Maybe not. I don't know. Probably not. German film star Hardy Kruger dies suddenly at age 93. Well, 93 is a lifelong lived, and rest in peace. The only technology improvement that I want to see in movies at home is the ability to adjust the volume of voice, music, and effects. Now, yes. Oh, and that's trending 18K, so that may be a video, a short, that I'll put out. Because imagine, you know how awful the video... like when you get a Blu-ray or something, and like the sound mix is so awful because the sound mix is designed, they say they design it for the home theater, but they're designing it for the home theater that's set up to be like a miniature theater experience, and it's just not like that. And what you get is these loud bomb explosions and machine guns going off or whatever have you. But then when you get to the dialogue, it's so quiet. Everybody's whispering. It's kind of like this. It's like, what? Why? Everybody knows this. Yes. Okay, what do they say here? I'm not sure how to articulate it, but all the promised improvements for home cinema experience don't interest me. Let me see if there's anything in here that he says. Video games allow it since the 90s. So why can't movies do that as well? Yes, exactly. Why can't movies do that as well? Just say, give us the option box of saying voice, music, and effects on the side, and you get to raise the levels, because most of us, I can guarantee you, will have the voice be louder than it is, much louder than the effects. The effects will probably go down because we know what an explosion sounds like, and what they're trying to do is saying that the explosion helps you immerse you in the film. Yeah, but I would like to have those controls. Definitely. All right. Lady Gaga pushed House of Gucci to depict sexual scenes between her, and Selma Hayek. Wow. I don't think who would push back against that. Huh. That's coming from Variety, so that's, I'm going to have to read that article. It sounds spicy. New film studio will be built in space by 2024. Really? New film studio in space? I can't wait till we have pigs in space. See? Film studio in space planned for 2024. Space Entertainment Enterprise, co-producers Tom Cruise' forthcoming space set film, have announced a production studio 250 miles above Earth. Yeah, but who's going to go up there and do all that at the risk? Well, people are going up into space now. It's just going to be a very expensive venture. French actor Gaspard Ulliel, yep, he died yesterday, or the news broke yesterday, 37 in a ski accident. He's going to be in the new Moon Knight. He was going to be in it as the villain, one of the villains, and it's a shame because, that's too young, and he was skiing, fell down, hurt his head, and, tragedy. Rest in peace. Bong Joon-ho to write and direct sci-fi film for Warner Brothers confirmed, and apparently this is going to have Robert Pattinson in it, right? You can see him there in the picture. Let me see if that comes up with a little bit more news. And I'd have to pull up the Hollywood Reporter. That will definitely lag my stream. See if I can do it quietly first. Let's see if I can do this quietly. Let's see if I can pull up this this Bong Joon-ho story of Robert Pattinson teaming up for a sci-fi movie, because that sounds very interesting. It sounds very interesting indeed, and it's lagged my stream to no end because it's pulling up a whole bunch of ads. That's what I don't like about these big things, is that it pulls up ads. Okay, and it's really, really lagging my stream. All right, here we go. Hollywood Reporter finally finished loading up all of its ads. Bong Joon-ho, Robert Pattinson, teaming up for Warner Bros. Sci-fi movie. The project is based on the upcoming novel Mickey 7. Guys, Robert Pattinson can't be hotter right now because of The Batman. That's ramping up its marketing materials, and everybody is going to be talking Robert Pattinson. But Bong Joon-ho was also directed the Parasite movie that won for Best Picture. I think most people will be looking forward to this team up. And it's based off the novel. So, curious. Mickey 7. Sci-fi, dark matter. It centers around a man on an expedition to colonize the ice world Niflheim. Isn't that something out of Final Fantasy VI? Nibelheim is what I'm thinking of, maybe. Or is that Final Fantasy VII? I can't remember. The expendable employee takes jobs too risky for anyone else. And when he dies, he regenerates as a clone with most of his memories intact. So they're doing Moon. This is Moon, right? With this is that Moon story with Sam Rockwell. That's all it is. But it's going to be on an ice world, and it's going to be with Robert Pattinson, and it's going to be with Bong Joon-ho directing. But it's an interesting mix. But it's Moon. That's what it is. Okay, so that will have to be a story. That will be a trending story after this, okay? Because it's got some big names. And there we go. We got the Bong Joon-ho story. And we're going to leave that in there. Let's go back to the Reddit page, because that's where this story came out of, guys. There's those Batman posters again. Once again, it's got a little Riddler clue up there on Mask the Truth. He basically wants to reveal to Gotham and probably everybody else that Bruce Wayne is actually Batman. At least that's what I think. Could be something more sinister there too. Who knows? The Batman. This one is my favorite. This is my favorite poster so far. I just like the colors, and yeah, I think it's awesome. These red letter media gets lots of people watch that stuff, but they're but they get up on this page because I guess it's only 104 people. The killer in Scream foreshadowed their motive on secret Reddit account a year ago. No, I'm not going to watch that because I haven't seen Scream yet, and I don't want any spoilers. Ben Wheatley's The Meg sequel begins filming in UK this month. There is a Meg story we're going to talk about right now. Actually, let's go to take a look at that Meg story. Jason Statham over on Movie Web. Jason Statham sequel, The Meg 2, set to begin filming next week in the UK. Did you like The Meg? When I saw it, I wanted to see a big shark movie, but I didn't want to see a big, grotesquely over-the-top CGI shark, which The Meg was. And that kind of took me out of it. Plus, he punches it, and yeah, it was not very good, guys. I had higher hopes, but it is schlock, and it's schlock that turns into some moolah. Therefore, Meg 2 The Trench is on its way, and shooting is all set to begin in the UK next week at Warner Bros. Studios Leavesden. I probably butchered the pronunciation of that, but who cares? High Rise director Ben Wheatley is doing this film. Okay, so there you go. It's in production. It's coming down the pipes, and there's a lot of it. Let's see, there's a quote here. A lot of it is respecting the Meg and trying to make sure it's a great mega film. As you can see from the movies I've made, they're not necessarily. What? It's not. When you go and do Doctor Who, I don't completely change it because I want to do it. What the hell is he talking about? I didn't want to necessarily make it something completely different that nobody recognized. Oh, because he's doing it, he wants to make it the way that he feels like he should make it, instead of making it like this material that's being written and presents to him. Whatever. You know what? He sounds like he's got a bit of a big head on him, but you know what? Nobody cares about that as long as it comes to the screen. Meg 2, Jason Statham. Jason Statham fighting a big shark. Everybody will sign up for that. Just try to keep away from the shoreline and jumping out of the water, like whatever. Hey, what else does Movie Web have for us? Batgirl set video shows Brendan Fraser's Firefly making Gotham burn. Well, we know that Brendan Fraser's playing the bad guy in that Batgirl movie. And there was a new Batgirl set photo of her. Just another angle of her reveal of that costume, that purplish costume that we saw. Okay, so I'm not going to play the set video, but you guys know where it is. It's on Movie Web, because I don't want to get flagged for anything like copyright strike, because the behind the scenes videos and stuff, they most definitely do. That puts you at the higher risk. But it's there. If you want to check it out, it's just probably a stunt going down. All right. What else do we got here? Tom Cruise. Yeah, this is the theme of today. Tom Cruise outer space movie could be the first of many, because as we saw on the Reddit page, they want to make a studio out there, which means that that means that they're just going to put a bunch of cameras and equipment up there, so that all the actors and directors have to do is go up there and set everything up and take these shots. But for what, though? For the same set to be used over and over again? It just doesn't seem plausible right now. Right? Just so what? You can film in a space where you can have weightlessness, we can do that here on Earth. We can duplicate with the planes. I don't get it. It's an expensive venture either way. I just don't see it being feasible. See it as an incredible opportunity for humanity to move into a different realm and start an exciting new chapter in space. In space! No, I don't think so, guys. I don't see this happening right now. Yeah, we know that Tom Cruise is going to go to space. He will go to space, but I'm not kind of like, is it really necessary? Is it really necessary? All right, guys, let's round out the day looking at what's going on in the Twitterverse here. And that'll probably round us out once we get down to some stories that seem familiar. The Royal Treatment, starring Laura Morano and Mina Massoud, is now streaming on Netflix. Okay. He was worried he's going to be in the Ahsoka Tano series, right? Don't look up. Drew Barrymore, Jamie Kennedy, and Matthew Lillard have voice cameos as the high school principal and two partygoers in Scream movie. Really? Do they? Huh. I'll have to pay attention for that when I go see it in theaters, hopefully next week, when theaters open up here in Canada. Jamie Dornan and Catriona Balfe photographed by British Vogue. Oh, they must be in a project or something. Space Entertainment Enterprise. There's Tom Cruise again. A first look at Bridgerton Season 2. Oh, yes. Yes. Are you a Bridgerton fan? It's obviously not. I'm not the demographic for the Bridgerton, but it's entertainment news, and we'll take a look at it. Just because, well, we're here and we might as well. Looks on point. I'm just not the key demographic for that. The second season of White Lotus will reportedly take place in Italy. White Lotus. Happy 30th birthday, Logan Lerman. He was the Maze Runner, wasn't he? Or no, that's still in whatever. I don't know who the hell Logan Lerman is. Get out of here. Oscar Isaac had quite the Marvel career. Yes, he did. He was Apocalypse. He was a voice in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and now he's Moon Knight. God, I wish Apocalypse was so much better. They shouldn't have gone with a man in a suit. They should have gone to Thanos route and made him all CGI so they could made him big. Yeah. Robert Pattinson was joking when he said he wasn't working out that much for the Batman. That really came back to haunt me. Well, of course it should have. Lots of people ran with that story too. I think it's just really embarrassing to talk about when you're working out. I think it's an English thing. You're playing Batman. You have to work out. Okay. Well, there you go. He did work out, or at least he's saying that he did. I don't know. It's really silly. And it is kind of silly that everybody was jumping on and ragging on him, saying, he doesn't really care about the role. That's what they were worried about, is that he wasn't taking it seriously. And if you see his work, he does take his role seriously. He does take his material to heart. I mean, everybody's excited for it. And what's this jacket that he's got on? It's got kind of like, what the heck is that thing? That's interesting. I like that jacket. It's the same thing as saying in an interview when I was 21 that I didn't wash my hair, he laughs. It just sticks for 15 years. And we're rounding out with Batman news. So we'll end it today, but talking about those posters again, I suppose. Matt Reeves says he wrote the Batman with Robert Pattinson in mind from the beginning. I was imagining the character in my head. I watched movies of actors in the age range, and he really captivated me. I did like him in Tenet. People want to say, look at the Rover and look at the Lighthouse and all that stuff. The Lighthouse, okay, maybe. The Rover, everybody throws it out in. I had no idea if I'd ever want him to be in the movie, said Matt Reeves. But you did cast him, and it does look like it's going to work out, because everybody's giving the thumbs up, including myself. Seem to be focusing on John Bernthal, taking us away from the Batman story. Okay, so we're just going to round it up there today, guys, with the Batman news and the Batman posters, Heat 2. What did you think about some of the news stories today? What jumped out at you? Was it the Meg 2? Was it Tom Cruise going into space, making a space movie, or making a space studio? I felt like there's some good news in there. I'll definitely make a quick short about the Robert Pattinson and Bong Joon-ho story. I feel like that'll be a nice short to put out up on the channel later on. But if there's anything else out there that you wanted me to talk about, guys, let me know in the comments below. Join me daily for Movie Talk live stream. I think I may even just try to turn on the camera at nights for a couple times a week just to make sure that people, hey, guys, there's a new live stream out there talking about movie news on this channel, and you can come out and I will participate with you in the live chat. We will talk and we'll create a community that talks movie news, and you won't have to listen to me talking about my life's ups and downs, and you know that I'm actually knowledgeable in the realm of movie news, because who wants to watch a channel where somebody doesn't really care about that kind of stuff, right? All right, I'll see you tomorrow on Mirror Domains Movie News.